Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Pat Brown of Manchester moves to 5 wins, 5 KOs, no draws, no defeats. He dominates and stops in under 2 rounds. Felix Valera, who is 37 years of age, from Dominican Republic. He's actually a former WBA interim champion, light heavyweight champion. But that was in what I think we can safely say was a previous life, because once upon a time, actually, 9.5 years ago, he went the 12-round distance with Dimitri Bivol. Well, he wasn't lasting the full 8 rounds, which is what this was scheduled for, against Pat Brown, because he's got a ton of miles on the clock. He's now got 24 wins with 21 KOs, because he can hit a bit. 11 of his first 12 fights were first-round knockouts, wins. So he hits hard. It was low-level opposition back in the day. This is when he started his career, but he's picking up paychecks now. He's now got 9 defeats. Losing to Brown was his 9th defeat. He's been stopped 3 times, and he's now lost 4 of his last 5. But he did take Tristan Kalkruth, I think the guy's name is, a Golden Boy prospect who is 14-1. These are cruiserweights, by the way. I should mention that. He took him the 10-round distance, and that was earlier this year, about 7 months ago. Again, this was I think it was an 8-rounder, but Pat Brown just completely smashed right through him. And you could see all the experience with Valera. He came out, very cautious, but at the same time wasn't lacking in intent. I mean, he wasn't backing away. He wasn't just covering up. He was standing in front of Brown. They were like a couple of gunslingers. At one point, Valera did fire a very sharp left hand. His orthodox fight, he threw a left hook, which crept around the corner and just clipped Brown a little bit, just gave him something to think about in the first round. But generally speaking, Brown was the sharper. It looked like an older fighter who was there to maybe take the young gun rounds. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to do that. But yeah, I mean, Valera looked like an old pug, an old timer who had seen much better days. And like I say, he was the WBA interim champ at light heavyweight. He's now boxing at cruiserweight. And if you've lost 4 of your last 5, it's probably time to hang him up now. In the second round, Brown, I think he pushed Valera back onto the ropes and then landed a very, very sharp, I think it was as Valera was spinning off the ropes, he landed a very sharp left hook that caught Valera behind the ear. And there was a delayed reaction. Possibly he thought, ow, I'm more hurt than I thought I was. He took a knee by the adjacent ropes, got up. Brown again moved forward. Brown is, for a guy with only 5 professional fights, all KOs, he's very, very composed, very sharp and very on it, very concentrated, very precise, a precise puncher, but not someone, say, like a Joshua Buatsi, for example. I'll use him as an example of someone who wants to be a precise puncher and doesn't throw many punches. Pat Brown does. I mean, the first round, they were having a look at each other. It was a bit of a Mexican standoff. But in the second round, he started to let his hands go. And when Valera got up and tried to move out of the way, tried to sort of regroup, Brown went after him. Deceptively quick feet, landed another left hook, which put Valera down again. He got up for a second time, bloody nose, no lacking in guts. So, and this the third time on the floor, it was a right hand from Brown that put him over. He sort of spun slightly and landed face first. He was still conscious, but the referee waved it off, and that's all she wrote. It was a 2-round blowout. The old veteran just couldn't do anything with the young, fresher, possibly more talented fighter. I mean, he's only 25 years old, Pat Brown, compared to Valera's 37. And Brown he looks like a well filled out cruiserweight. He's 6'3". Like I say, all 5 of his KOs have come against they've all come against guys. And I think one of them, I think 4 of the 5 have had winning records. I think Ivan Duka was the one that didn't. He had an even, like a 5-5 record. But he got rid of Lewis Oakford in 1 round. That was a good win. That wasn't a bad win. And his last time out, he fought a guy I can't remember the guy's name, but he had a winning record. He got rid of him in 2 rounds. The obvious question is, with someone as talented as Pat Brown, is who's going to give him rounds? Because if a tough veteran like Felix Valera can't do it, you're sort of thinking, well, is there anyone out there that can? But I have to say that he looks the part, and sometimes it's the manner in which you get your work done. And again, I repeat, Pat Brown, he's an orthodox fighter, very, very well schooled in the sense that he fights in a very very textbook way. He's got that impressive amateur record, amateur education, but he's got a professional style. There's nothing amateurish about the way he fights. He looks, certainly wise beyond his years in a professional sense. He didn't stay in the amateurs too long. He cut his teeth there, and because his style, I think, is more suited to the pros, he's beginning to really show some very, very impressive form indeed. And don't be surprised if when he does move up through the levels, his ceiling is pretty damn high, I think. No hurry, because he is only 25. But I like what I saw. I really did. And keep a lookout for this guy, because only 5 fights into his career. But don't be surprised if he picks up some. By the way, all 5 of these fights have come this year. Since March. And this was his first occasion out of Britain. This was his first trip to the United States. It was in Orlando, Florida. So he's picking up some experience of traveling as well. But don't be surprised if he picks up some serious silverware along the way. Gets his trophy cabinet nice and full, because this kid can fight, definitely. Anyway, tell me what you think. Did you watch this fight? How impressed were you? Accepting that Felix Valera has seen far better days. How impressed How impressed are you with Pat Brown? Let me know. Comments below, and please, if you like the video, hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've had a nice weekend. It's not quite over yet, and I hope you've enjoyed the boxing as well. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.